Is that who you believe in? Your healing can be so simple. It doesn't have to be this great big task. We need to have healing from our physical bodies. We need to have healings for our mental bodies. We need to have healings from our finances. We need to have healings from our circumstances and situations. It doesn't have to be this grandiose thing that we have to do. All we need to do is do something simple. And that something simple is something very, very difficult. And it's just to do what? Have faith at all times. Whatever you're going through, have faith. You will get through this. Naaman said, I don't care. I'm not doing it. But see, he had a Larry Lee in the family. Larry Lee told him, he said, look, you better do this, okay? And then he had Bob Porosky. Hey, buddy, you better do this. He had a Laurel. He had a few other people. All the people kept telling him, stupid, let your ego alone. Forget who you are. Humble yourself. Receive your healing. Receive your blessing. So the man of steel wasn't just Superman. The man of steel said, okay, I'll go ahead and do it. Here these people were, doggone it. So where's this dang blasted Jordan River? I don't know where the Jordan River is. Found out where the Jordan River was. What'd he do? I can see him now. I guarantee you. He probably had servants to take his armor and stuff off, because don't forget, he was the commander of the army. He had to probably do what? Take his sword and put it down. He probably had to do some things about what? Getting ready that he was unaccustomed to do. And I guarantee you, just as the old kings did, they had a tester for any kind of food, right? I guarantee you he took a slave and said, hey, look, just to make sure you don't forget I'm the commander of the army, you get in that water first. Think about it. Could have been a trick. So what happened was he got into that water. And what happened? He obeyed the prophet. And what happened? He was healed. Wow. You want a healing? You want a miracle? Guess what? I just gave it to you. Turn to your neighbor and say, I just gave you a miracle. You did. Do not think for 1 minute that I am going to let this church not remember all of the healings that have occurred in this church. I'm not going to let you for 1 minute forget about people who were in accidents. They should have been gone, but God said no. I'm not going to tell you about the number of people who are here this day who have received a healing from God. There's a lot of good happening here. And maybe it's just because somebody in this place has a mustard seed of faith. So what do you need? What do you need? What problem do you need God to take care of? What has to happen? Hear this New Testament. When Jesus sent his first disciples on their maiden voyage, the first time he kicked them out of the nest, he gave them these instructions. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cure the lepers, and cast out demons. He didn't tell them about bring people to me to worship. He didn't tell them about maybe you can get more fish. He didn't tell them about any kind of acquisition. What he told them to do was to go out and heal. That was his first instruction to the 12 that he chose. So now, we're in America, 2010. We don't need to believe in healings. We got doctors that we pay millions of dollars a year to heal us. What's the worst thing that can happen? Oh, gosh. When you go to a hospital and you really need somebody, what do they ask you first? Got insurance? I don't care about your condition. Hey, you got any insurance? What's going on? We have got to be a people that begin to believe that there is a healing that can come. We can bring forth our own healing, whatever it is that you're going through. I need to tell you a real quick story. This is a miracle story. It's a miracle working story, but it's just so simple. All you need to do is to have a little bit of faith. Believe at all times, and God will see you through. So since the Cavs played yesterday, I got a miracle story to tell you about sports. Here I was in junior high school. And you know the last thing you wanted to do is get picked last. Because that meant everybody said what? You can't play. So the secret is to never, if you're short and fat like I am, and basketball is a tall man's game, you never get in the back. You do what, John? Get up front. I elbowed my way up front. Time to be picked. And I was like, hey. So the first guy was picked. I'm like, it's okay. Second guy was picked. Oh, that's okay. Third guy was picked. Fourth guy was picked. Fifth guy was picked. How many people on the team? 5, right? So I got how many to go? 5 more to go, right? 6th one was picked. I'm like, oh, Lord, this is not looking good. And I said, here you go, Bob. Lord, I need a miracle. Okay? I kid you not. The 8th one said, oh, we'll take Carl. I'm like, yes! Okay? Thank you, God, you answered my prayers. So my confidence, come on, it's a game of confidence. My confidence, I had a boost. I was confident. Oh, wow, I'm ready to play. They threw me the ball. The first time they threw me the ball, there was no way in God's green earth, Carol, I was going to pass that ball. I took that ball, and as soon as I got it, I'm like, I'm driving to the hoop. All 5'8" of me driving to the hoop. Got there, and I'm like, I can get this guy out. One fake over here. And I said, I saw the ball go up, and guess what happened? I didn't hit nothing. Wasn't even blocked, John. Didn't even hit the rim. Didn't hit the backboard. Didn't hit anything. And I said, wait a minute. This is a chance to really find out where my belief system is. So as soon as I got the ball this next time, which was about 8 or 9 times down, no one passed me the ball after that. But as soon as I got it, I started what? Believing. I'm going to do this. I believed that I was going to make this shot. I believed that I would. And no doubt about it, when I had the chance, I took it. And I shot that ball with all the confidence in the world. I visualized it going through the hoop. I even had, for those of you who play the game, my form. You could have took a picture of me right now. I had the form. It was in. I knew. I had so much confidence. I shot it, had the form, and I turned around and started running back because I knew it was good. I believed. I had faith. And sure enough, because somebody might have to tell the story, I didn't hit the rim, the backboard, nothing else again. So what is this lesson? Why are you trying to make this story about basketball and junior high? And you know why? Because the third time, I got the ball. I believed, had confidence. And the third time, the ball went in. I don't care what happens in your life. God has the final answer. I don't care who says no. God will say yes to you. I don't care what the doctors will say. God will say yes to you. I don't care what your finances dictate. God will say yes to do. I don't care what is going on in your life. God has the final answer. No matter how many times you miss, no matter how many times you fail, no matter what happens in your life, make sure that the next time you will succeed. You cannot let this life defeat you no matter what. I don't care if it's a drug addiction. I don't care if it's a mental addiction. I don't care if you have problems always thinking negatively. What you need to do is wake up each morning and say, this is the day that the Lord hath made. I will rejoice, be glad, and receive my healing. What do you need to be healed of? It is so. So Naaman went out and said, because of this greatness, I will let the whole world know that there is no other God than the God of Israel. Whatever you're going through, it's because somebody wants to know your Jesus. Somebody wants to know your God. Somebody needs to hear your testimony. For God's tests, God's trials, God's tribulations are all because of our testimony. Live such a life that you will have a testimony, just like